First post, AITA for what I told my sister? I am not native English speaking, so I apologize for mistakes. Backstory, I, 18M, have a sister, 16F. About 8 years ago my father dropped a bomb on our family. He cheated and got his affair woman pregnant. My mother was absolutely devastated, but still she tried to get over the affair. But it was hard. This woman would constantly bring over my father's son and everyone hated it. My mother didn't say anything, but I know she suffered every time she saw the kid. My sister in time got fond of him. I never wanted anything to do with him, didn't even interacted with him. We lived this nightmare for about 5 years and my mother couldn't take it anymore. She divorced my father and moved out, and I was in full support of that. They asked us who we wanted to live with and I instantly chose my mother. Sister has chosen my father and I see that as huge betrayal. At this point I didn't consider her as my sister anymore. 2 months after, my father moved OW and her child into our old house. I hated it and went LC with father and sister. But my sister constantly messaged me, behaving like everything is okay, and I always blew her off and giving short answers. Same with my father. Constantly, every week, birthdays, holidays, sending gifts, I just ignored them. So, 2 days ago I was at the party and met this cute boy and we hit it off immediately. I was a little drunk and high. Of course my sister interrupted, like always, and messaged me that something horrible happened. I didn't respond. She calls, I didn't pick up. She messaged that father's son had an accident. Annoyed, I messaged her to leave me alone and I don't care about little bastard. She messaged that I'm psycho and if I even care about her. I messaged that she's a traitor, and the moment she chose our father she stopped being my sister and she can go ask someone else for emotional support. At this point I turned off my phone. I was with this cute boy whole day and left phone at home, turned off. When I came home I turned it on, and OMG, over 1,200 messages, 200 calls. Whole family messaged me, from all sides, even unknown people. Apparently my now ex-sister published screenshots of our convo on Facebook. It was up long enough for everyone to see, before our father forced her to take it down. I just deleted and blocked. My mother messaged that I am in big trouble when I come home. Father messaged that he still loves me and only now he understands how much he hurt me. My friends think I am fed up and need serious professional help. I disagree, I just don't care. Why should I be for that? So, AITA for what I messaged my sister. Update. So for all to know I am now hateful person. I don't hate. Do I have anger and resentment? Yes. But I don't hate. Even my dad. I don't hate him, I still love him to my core. I still crave for his attention, his love, to be there for me. He was the best fucking dad ever. I miss him so much and I cry every day for this. He was always the one to make me feel better. But he can't do that now, he is the reason for this. I am so angry with him. Every time he came back I hugged him, saying I love you, all in hope it would clear his fog, and realized his son still needs him. Countless night I was up wonder what else I can do to make him stay, to win him back. But I knew I failed him when he told his other son he is his favorite. I heard that, he doesn't know. Of course he was. On one side it was me, little sad depressed boy, introvert, distanced, moody and always needy for attention, looking like zombie every day, not interacting. On the other side it was this beautiful shiny little boy, always smiling and making everyone's day. Of course it was his favorite. And moms and sisters. Whole room shined when he entered, and darkened when I entered. Yes, I was resentful, but I didn't do anything to him. I lost and I wanted to get out. I know it's stupid now, at 18 to even write this. I have grown physically, but emotionally I am still 10-year-old boy that wants his family so bad. I know that. Everyone moved on and I still stayed the same. Still hoping for my dad and my family to come back. At 1 a.m. in the morning there was loud banging on my door. It was Mom. She was a crying mess, like me. She thought I hurt myself when nobody could reach me for a day and a half. I blocked everyone. She hugged me and wouldn't let go for what it seemed like eternity. Then we talked and I told her everything like some here suggested. She was understanding and we cried some more. She wants me to go to therapy ASAP because all this anger and resentment will eat me alive and destroyed my life. She said dad, sister and whole family is worried sick about me. I decided I will Skype call my sister today. I don't know about my dad yet cause I don't know if I could look into his eyes. Yes, I am a wimp too. Update 2. This will be my final update. For some very sad, for some happy. So, if you read my previous emotional update you know that my mother came to my apartment. We talked and cried all night. I asked her if there is still something going on between her and my father. She was evasive but admitted that they still feel love for each other. I told her that I resent her for that. She divorced him and then became his AP. She kept him in her life and prevented me to move on. His son was just means to an end. Being with his son meant being with him. There was no forgiveness here because nothing changed. She was quiet, so I took that as confirmation. Then I Skyped my sister. I apologized for my cruelty. I didn't make excuses. I told her I wrote that with intention to hurt her. I thought by doing so she would finally realize that I don't want to be a part of her life and to leave me alone. Then we talked and I asked her why she chose to go live with our father. She told me it was because of me. That I was having really unhealthy attachment to my father, and when affair was exposed I became really miserable, dark kid. This whole obsession to keep our parents together was driving her nuts. She couldn't wait for my father's son to come because that meant I was locked in my room or was out of the house for days. It was so much easier to breathe when I wasn't there. Then she said all my father's family felt that way and this is why they distanced from me. I thanked her for her honesty and told her this was a goodbye call. She didn't want that and started crying. I told her that none of this is her fault but our relationship is beyond repair and I don't want to save it. She was really hysterically crying so I wished her all well and ended the call. I got some courage and Skyped my father too. He was a mess as expected. I didn't see him for a very long time and he changed a lot. I apologized to him too and told him I am sorry for his loss. We talked and I told him that I still have very deep love for my dad but that dad died 8 years ago. He hurt me over and over again and he didn't care. I became a non-factor in his life and that broke me. He is the reason that I am the person I am today. I told him that I don't want him in my life anymore and will go and see. He cried that he doesn't want to lose another son and I said we lost each other 8 years ago, then I ended the call. Finally I called my mother. This was the hardest. I told her that I loved her but I can't trust her anymore. She will have people in her life that I don't want to see and it's time we two parted ways. She didn't expect this and was shocked. I told her I was going NC and will change my phone number and university. Then I told her that she need therapy too and that she will never be truly happy until she gets rid of my father. I ended the call. Therapy is a no-go currently as I have no money to spare. That's it. Second post, I, 18M, decided to cut everyone off from my life but my family just can't accept it. Long story short, I, 18M, had pretty bad childhood. Lots of trauma. It started with my father's infidelity and result of it was a child. My mother wanted to fix things and get over it. My father was very involved within his new child's life and he was at our house a lot, but I didn't want anything to do with him. I was usually locked in my room or was at my friend's when he was at our house. After 5 years my mother divorced my father, moved out and I went with her. My younger sister stayed with my father which I considered as betrayal. I went LC with my father and sister. I didn't want to go NC because I knew my mother would be devastated. My plan was to be distant, LC and wait until our lives naturally drift apart. The problem was that my mother forgave my father and was pretty much involved in his child's life. I couldn't move on because of this. Then tragic happened and my sister reached out to me but I responded in very cruel way. She posted my response on FB and shitstorm started. I went NC with everyone. After couple of days and talking with my mother and suggestions from Redditors here I decided to set firm boundaries with my family. I Skyped my sister, mother and father that I don't want relationship with them anymore and will go NC. Now, the problem is that they know where I live and are still bugging me. I will transfer to another university but can do that only next year as I missed deadline. I even don't have money to change phone number at the moment. My mother is literally camping in her car outside my apartment. Sister was there too for some time. They are devastated and want to save me. I don't want to come out. I have food for about 2 weeks, but sooner or later I will have to come out. I don't know what to do. I tried to set boundaries and it doesn't work. I kind of devised a plan to start communicating with everyone until next year, pretending everything is okay, and when my transfer is complete I will just disappear, change my phone number and move on. But I know my mother will not and will forever search for me. Third post, 3 days ago OOP also posted on Suicide Watch, but I didn't manage to get that in time. Trying to see if I can recover it via other methods. Final post, update, I, 18M, decided to cut everyone off from my life but my family just can't accept it. Hi. I am still here and this will be my final update because I am going away for some time. My previous post here reached karma limit and was removed so I link my timeline on Boru, if anyone is interested. Anyways, I was really close. At one time I decided this was it. I unlocked the door, filled my bathtub and went in. Everything was peaceful. I was relaxed. The time came and I just couldn't do it. Another failure like everything in my life. I texted my mother that I give up and the front door is unlocked. Mom, Dad, Uncle and 2 cousins came in. They freaked the hell out. Father grabbed me and pulled me out, Mom covered me and I was just done. Defeated. I don't know how long I was on the floor in my father's arms, but at some point I snapped back, stood up and went to my room and dressed. I packed my clothes and other stuff and said to them to take where they wanted to take me. They took me home and Mom notified me that we have appointment at mental facility, 5 kilometers away. They gave me a choice. I come freely and start healing and working on my problems, or I am declared as emergency case, rough translation to English, and I lose independence, will be closely monitored and doctors make decisions of when I came out. I have chosen first. Going in on Saturday. We came home and conversation happens. Both parents were crying all the time, like 8 years too late, and how they love me, etc. The usual. I told them they failed me and this is result. Monstrous psychopath without empathy. They should have helped me when they saw how I was affected and started to shut down. But all I got was family therapy with Mom, sister and me where I felt uncomfortable talking. They gave up and just left me. I was spiraling down hard and they just let it happen. Even worse, they were relieved when I left the house. I felt lonely and abandoned. They cried all the time and apologized over and over again. I told them that this doesn't mean we will have a relationship. I am here because I couldn't get help anywhere else. They made sure of it. They planned it and I know it. They wanted me defeated. They said they understand and that I must heal first and then we will see. If I heal and still not want a relationship they will understand and leave me alone. At one point sister came. I won't tell all the conversation. I told her that none of this is her fault. I put her in non-winnable situation. It was move of me to do that to a child. She was as much victim as me, if not more. She hugged me and told me she will always be open for me to come back in her life. I don't talk much anymore. I'm just waiting to get out of this house. Oh, as far as extended family is concerned. Now I know why they completely cut me off. When I entered puberty I was crushing on my dad. I searched for info online cause I felt like shit. And that is perfectly normal. I was still monitored, as was my sister, and my parents knew. My idiot dad actually bragged to my grandparents how cute that is. They already couldn't stand me cause I was cuddly and he goes and said that to them. Now they saw me as some incestuous freak. Unbelievable. No relationship with them ever again. Many thanks for everyone who reached out and offered me advice and support. I didn't respond much cause I was overwhelmed. But I read it and appreciate it. Post from sister. Today, my brother got sent to mental institution because of me, and I'm glad. Here. I said it. When my half-brother died I notified my brother. He never wanted anything to with him. He messaged me back very mean things and I was so pissed. I took a screenshot of messages and put it on social media. I know, no dirty family laundry, but I was pissed. He got harassed so much that he wanted to take his own life. My family got into his apartment on time. It took almost 4 days. He was barricaded in it. When they got in he was in bathtub and took a lot of sedatives. Dad got him out and made him vomit everything out. Today he was institutionalized. His story is very dark and he should have been at mental institution long before that. I still love him so much and I am glad he finally got help. This was just a short rant. Select comments. I never mocked my brother. I just think he needed help a long time ago. I only speed things up and I am glad he will get the help he needed. I love my brother very much, thank you. He would harm himself one way or another. I'm just being honest and real. That wasn't my intention. I was mad and grieving. His messages were very cruel and it was a lot more than he admitted. I was mad and grieving. Cut me some slack. I wouldn't do it if I knew what would happen. And, I didn't decide anything, doctors did. Unfortunately my brother's view of reality is severely warped. My parents did want to help him. He even went through psychiatric evaluation, which he conveniently forgot to mention, but doctors didn't want to establish diagnosis because he was too young. He didn't want to go to individual therapy. My parents were powerless at this point. We were not the cause. That's horrible of you to say. He had problems long before that and refused to get treatment. I found his post and I'm shocked how out of touch of reality he was. It's even worse that we thought. I showed it to my parents and they are horrified. Especially some comments. Post will be taken down soon. Our family deserves privacy. Especially in this difficult times. His story is very specific and a lot of people that know him will recognize him. We don't want them to see his personal thoughts. This is for his own protection in the future. Actually, cheating never happened. My parents were what you would call an open marriage. Dad had a girlfriend and pregnancy happened. Mom was shocked and had a breakdown when she found out. That wasn't supposed to happen. But they worked it through and Dad assured her that their relationship will not change and he still loved her. She loved my half-brother. Of course, we kids didn't understand open marriage and my parents never discussed that with us. We were just told that our dad has a girlfriend and we have little brother. As you can see from his post, my brother understood this totally differently. He wanted to fix something that was never broken. My parents are nerve-wrecks right now. My whole family supports them and I am sure we did the right thing. After this, the family discovered OOP's account and deleted his posts. As mentioned, I have it compiled on my account page. The sister has also since taken over her brother's account, and sent me this lovely message. What, you think anyone cares about my brother? No one does and he will never get out. We will make sure of it. He belongs there. And you are just another attention seeker, using his story for your own cause. He was so much to me that I almost wish my parents were too late. It would be so much easier for all of us. But it gives me a little more satisfaction when I saw him begging and crying on our ride to mental institution. He knew he is not getting out of there. He belongs there forever. A lot of people here were right. He is a freak and needs to be contained. Put that to your little story. I am sure everyone will see cause you are such important person and people can't wait to browse your profile. Not. LOL. Link to screenshot of the message, https://imager.com/a/cnxhkmf. Here is another harassing DM the sister sent to another Redditor, u/dreadfulnightsleep, who had first posted this situation to Boru. Well, it's down. It was so easy, no questions asked. My family doesn't even know, I made it up. I don't think they would even care lol. My freak brother is finally locked up. He will never get out. Thank God. Such a relief. He was such a to all of us, he doesn't get to gather sympathy from anyone. I will even delete this account and erase everything. He deserves to be forgotten. I even smoked his hidden weed lol. Bye bye, Karma WH. Gatherer. Edit, looks like the sister deleted both accounts. Good riddance.